area. They trying to create the illusion that we terrorists. They've been instilling this confusion and the fear in us. So I ain't finna swear to you unless you swear to us. Cause I know. Had them shackles on my brain, now I know. Use my body as a cage, now I know. Turn my soul into a slave, but now I know. I just had to free my soul. Peep my glow. Geo. Greetings, Reflections. I am Harlem, the Sacred Geonumerologist. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you have not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click the bell so that you can be notified for future videos and content. If you are excited about the video, then hit that like button for me. If you want to wait to the end to see if you actually like the video, that's perfectly fine with me as well. But if you do hit the like, it is a good thing for my channel because it affects the algorithm of me popping up on other people's timelines on YouTube. And I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers because once I'm at 1,000, I can go ahead and start doing live videos. And so when I'm doing live videos, I can do live readings and things of that nature through my YouTube channel. So if you guys help me hit that 1K, you're gonna mess around and get you a a live reading. So hit that subscribe button for me, share it with your friends, help me get it out there, help me spread the word. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about the yearly vibration. It is January 1st of 2021. I'm not going to say Happy New Year because it's not actually the new year. I'm sure a lot of us have figured out that the new year begins in spring. That's when life starts happening with the planet. So as far as nature, that's when the new year is beginning, when life is taking place, right? We are still in the rest and regeneration season, which is winter. And even if you look at it from the perspective of astrology, the first sign in the zodiac is Aries. The Aries begins on March 20th, which is also when spring begins. So it's really showing you where the new beginning is, because Aries is the first fire sign, which is all about that spark. The spark is what starts everything. That's why they refer to God or the beginning of the universe as the all-spark. You feel me? So yeah, it is the beginning of the yearly vibration of 2021. And the reason why it is beginning 2021, even if it's not the new year, is because of coding. That is why it is the 2021, because the powers that were, I don't refer to them as the powers that be because they are, they have lost their power and they're losing more power as the moments are passing. So they are the powers that were. They are not the powers that be. And so the powers that were actually utilizing this matrix that we are in to be able to encode it and have control over us by, channeling and harnessing our power through their methods. And so they created the calendar years. And so the calendar year is, of course, 2021, but we know the Earth has been here a lot longer than 2021 years. So we know that that's fictitious to say that it's the 2021st year. You know what I'm saying? But it is the coding of the calendar year that has basically, you put that into the matrix. A matrix, as you can see it to be a computer program, is governed by symbols. Like if you think about the movie The Matrix, when he could see the matrix, he could see the numbers, right? The numbers would be the symbols that create the coding into the hard drive that manifests the image onto the screen. So for example, if you want to see this yourself, you can, if you're on your phone, you can go to the internet. If you're on like the internet, you can go to wherever the top where the website is typed in, and right before the HTTP, right before where it says the actual website, you can type in view-source and then put a colon, and you put a colon after that, right? And then it will be view-source colon, and then it will say the website. That will show you the source code of what you're seeing on your screen. If you're on a computer or a laptop, then you can hold the control button and press U, and then that will display the source code of what the image is of the website that's on the screen. So all this is about is the symbols. It will show you all the symbols that are making the imagery on the screen that you're seeing. So they have utilized this awareness and channeled, that's how you channel the image onto the screen. So they've been using our conscious awareness as a collective to channel these different images onto our screen to have control over how outcomes are going to, manifest into our reality. So right now we are in the coding for January 1st, 2021, and that's what we're experiencing now. So I'm going to break down in this video how that coding is going to affect you for this 365-day calendar year. And I'm also going to talk about how it's leading off from the 2020, which was a 4 vibration, and a lot of people are saying that it was a master 22, and that's not correct. You add the numbers together to get the vibration. So it was 2 plus 0 and 2 plus 0, and that makes 4. It does not make 22. You don't just skip out on the 0 number. The 0 number is also a symbol. It represents the beginning and the end simultaneously, but it's still a number and it's still a symbol. So it's a part of the coding. But this year is the 2021. So it's the 2 plus the 0 and the 2 plus the 1, which makes the 5 vibration. So we are leading off from a 4 vibration into the 5 vibration, and this is what is manifesting into the coding of this year. It's not the new year. The new year begins in spring, but it is the beginning of the 2021 365-day calendar cycle. So this is what we are experiencing, and I'm going to break all that down for you in this video. So just know that you are in the 2021, but you're not yet in the new year. According to nature, like I said, the new year begins in spring. That's not even just about, what's happening down here on this planet. That's a cosmic thing, because like I said, it even involves what the astrology says, right? So we are in the year 2021, leading off from the year 2020. Now the 2020 made the 4, like I broke down, and the 4 is all about structure, number 1, and it's about foundation 2, right? So I'm gonna break that part down first. In order for there to be a structure or a foundation constructed, the first thing that has to happen is the destruction of the old foundation or the old structure in order to make the space for it. So the beginning of the year was a lot of our old foundation, our old infrastructure that was founded on those systems was being destroyed, right? Whether it had been through the healthcare system falling apart from the coronavirus, whether it had been through, George Floyd's murder and, the police corruption that got brought to the surface, not even the police corruption, but the systematic corruption that, basically we all, the population, the society started going against the old system, right? We started to see it collapsing in front of us, right? And so there was like more of people going against the system and the way the power structure was being, basically destroyed, like with the protests and people basically just choosing to not listen to the government that was telling what they were telling us to do. But like even the economy was starting to collapse in different ways, the job markets, there was a lot of different ways of the old infrastructure, the old system being destroyed in order to make space for the new one, right? So that was like a big part of the 4 energy that took place last year. Now, another thing that the 4 is about is discipline. And it's about doing the work to see the results. So even outside of that, we saw a lot of people applying self-discipline in order to do the inner work, in order to work with themselves, because that was a part of us being put into isolation, right? We had time to really focus on ourselves. So like we had to focus on what was causing a lot of the destruction that was taking place in our personal lives that was being reflected by what was happening in the society on a societal level, right? So self-discipline became a very big thing. People started making it a point to do the work to see the result of, whatever they needed to do for themselves in order to manifest their desired outcome, right? Now, another thing that is a part of the 4 energy is a lack of safety or security when it comes to things that are not in someone's control, right? Someone with a strong 4 will deal with a lot of insecurity and a lack of feeling safe when things are taking place around them that are not in their control. And we saw that happen a lot in society last year. Like people were very much afraid and very much not feeling safe because of the things that were taking place that they did not have any control over, right? So this was a lot of what the 2020 year calendar year really coded into our reality, right? And so this year is going to be the 2021, which holds the 5 vibration. Now, this 5 energy is all about exploration because there's 2 different sides to every vibration. There's a higher octave and a lower octave, right? Which side you experience is very much dependent on how you choose to respond to what's happening. It's not necessarily about what is happening. It's about your choice to respond to it, to either flow with it or resist it, right? So that's going to put you on either a higher octave or a lower octave. So if you're on the higher octave of the 5 vibration, it's going to be about exploration. It's going to be about travel. It's going to be about adaptation. It's going to be about making changes in order to experience new things. And it's going to be about flowing and fluidity and being very sensual, going into new territory to experience new things with your 5 senses in order to learn and grow and evolve and change and adapt, right? But on the lower octave, it's very much about unpredictability. So not things happening that are not going to be predictable will definitely be a part of this year. It's going to be a lot of changes that happen that we won't see it coming. You know what I'm saying? And so it's really important for us to be able to flow and adapt with those changes to stay on that higher octave. Now, another thing that will take place is there will be a lot of fear that happens this year. And we can already see that leading off from last year. What we can see is kind of the direction we're going into. There's a lot of fear that's being, broadcasted. There's a lot of fear that's being projected. People are afraid of what's going to happen because they can't see it. It's that space of uncertainty, right? When the space of uncertainty happens, it can cause somebody to think of what if scenarios. If you're not certain of what it's going to be, you can come up with, okay, this can happen this way, it can go this way, and it go that way, which can cause you to overthink about what is going to happen, which will lead you into the space of being afraid of what's going to happen. Because anytime you overthink about something, you come up with more pessimistic type of thoughts. So if we're overthinking about what could take place because we don't know, because it is that space of uncertainty, then that can become where we start creating self-imposed limitations on ourselves because of the fear being something that prevents us from making changes. It's well, if I do this, this can go this way. If I do this, it can go that way. And thinking of all the negative things that can happen will make you not make a change, will make you not allow yourself to flow into that new space, into that space of uncertainty and experience those new things. It'll make it so you don't adapt because you will resist because of that fear. So the fear will be very much a governing a factor of how we're able to adapt and how we're able to adjust to the changes that are going to happen that won't be in our control and that we won't see coming. It's about being in the flow. And it's not about ignoring the feelings that you have if you do have fear, not trying to suppress it and just push it down and ignore it. It's about dealing with whatever is causing that fear and getting to the root of it so that you can flow naturally and not trying to force a flow, because there's no, that doesn't need, those 2 ideologies and those 2 energies don't coincide. They don't harmonize. You don't force a flow, you flow with it. So if you're trying to force yourself to flow, it's not going to produce the result that you desire, because underneath that will still be that fear. It'll still be those underlying emotions that you need to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So the fear will be very much a governing factor. And like I said, unpredictability, things happening that we won't be able to predict. So as we're trying to figure out what's going to happen, it's about, no, I'm going to be in the present moment and I'm just going to flow with the way things are taking place. Because it doesn't really matter what I come up with in my head as far as what could happen and what will happen. It doesn't, what I'm doing right now is dictating the future that I'm going to lead to. So if you are a person that naturally is challenged by flowing with fear or flowing with changes, and you get afraid of what could happen, and you come up with and you start overthinking and coming up with what if scenarios, then you definitely want to get some assistance with that and make sure that you are taking care of, those wounds so that you can heal and be able to flow through this year, because it will be relentless and unforgiving if you don't allow yourself to flow. So don't try to ignore those feelings. Don't try to ignore those thoughts and suppress them. Really deal with them. So this year will be about those changes happening. It will be about flowing. It will be about fluidity and just adapting, being able to adapt, right? So if you need assistance with this, I do offer one-on-one sessions. If you want to know how your personal coding is going to go, because it's more than just about the coding of the 2021 calendar year. We all have our own customized coding that goes into it based on our vibrations as well. So if you want to have a deeper understanding for your vibrational coding, coding, if you want to have a deeper understanding for how your numeric coding is going to affect you this year, I am available for booking. I do offer sessions. I will put my email for you to contact me at the bottom so that you can reach out to me and we can set up a schedule. We can schedule a session to set up for us to be able to go deeper into your vibrations and help you understand them and create a flow that is harmonized with yourself. So that is something that I'm definitely here for. And I can give you a bunch of tools that will help you with being able to flow through this year, because it will be a challenge for a lot of people. But yeah, that's what this year is going to be about, and that's what we're leading off from last year. So I wanted to kind of give you guys some insight on that. If you want, and there's still more to it. Of course, there's layers to everything. So there's still more to it that we can uncover and that we can go deeper into. If you are in need of more assistance, then I'm available for booking. If you guys just go through my channel, there's a bunch of insight on there as well. But if you really want some personalized, customized guidance, I am here for booking. So if you are, if you enjoyed the video, like I said, hit that subscribe button, share it with your people, help me get the information out, help me get these subscribers up, because once I hit that 1K, I can begin doing live readings for free, and you guys can get insight based on, because I use sacred geometry to do my readings, so you'll get really an understanding of the patterns that are taking place and the coding that is happening for yourself. So help me spread the word, help me get it out there to your people, and they're going to benefit from just knowing the information in the first place. So it's a win-win situation. It's a win-win scenario, you know what I'm saying? So help me get that out there. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell so you can stay notified, because like I said, I'm gonna try to be more consistent with my content this year. I'm going to be working more on my music because I am also an artist, so I will be also releasing a lot of insight into the music that I'm going to be producing this year, and that's because it aligns with the vibration that I'm having for my customized yearly coding, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to be releasing more music this year, so that's going to be something that's going to take up some more of my time, but I'm still going to try to make some space for me to do these YouTube videos. So hit that notification, hit that bell so you can stay notified when I do release new content and you can stay updated. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you are taking care of yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Peace and love.